Come on here and just talk to you guys about my findings because when we watched a wedding special on Tuesday, they introduced Louis' groomsmen, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know why the faces and names, they kind of sounded familiar. So that guy Joe and that guy Fernando that Louis introduces are his business partners at DMS, but I thought the name rang a bell because of a wedding like a wedding website that he used to have with his former fiance. If you guys are unaware, but I'm sure you do know this already, back in 2020, Louis was supposed to marry another woman that is not Teresa. So they had created like a wedding website where they introduce every single person that is going to be in their like part of their wedding party. And Joe Marinucci and Fernando Borghese were both supposed to be groomsmen at Louis' previous wedding back in 2020. So here is what Louis says about Joe. He says, Louis and Joe have been friends and business partners for over 23 years. Their lives have had many roller coaster ups and downs. However, they always stay true to each other. Joe has been one of those friends who is always there for you, no matter what. He is loyal, true inspiration. They've been through so much together. Louis appreciates Joe as a brother and a friend, and Louis often talks about all the long car trips to Canada, moving offices many times, taking 4 plane trips a day, and the tons of sacrifices they made together to build the enterprise they have today. So that's for Joseph Marinucci. I know DMS has an office somewhere in Toronto, I think on King Street. So maybe that could explain the many trips to Canada back then to set up the business. Although DMS has only been around since 2012, I believe, if I'm correct. But they've been friends for 23 years together. So I don't know what type of other business they were doing before 23 years ago, but it required a lot of trips to Canada. So his other friend, Fernando Borghese, Louis and Fernando have been friends for over 10 years. They met from working in the same industry together, and sometime around 2011, their bond became a lifelong friendship. Fernando is a gentle and kind soul who deeply cares about his family and to the people around him. So him and Louis have been fortunate enough to learn and grow from their friendship and bond. And I don't know, something at the Ritz-Carlton at some point in Philadelphia. So I'm just reading from the paperwork that was submitted to Rockland County Clerk, filed NYS CEF at some point in time. So I'm just reading off of that, and it's the font is very little, so I'm sorry if I'm stumbling on my words. But yes, I'm just wondering, how many weddings have those groomsmen been part of when it comes to Louis? Because obviously they were groomsmen at Teresa and Louis' wedding. Last year, they were supposed to be part of Louis' wedding to his former fiance back in 2020. I wonder if they were present at Louis' first wedding to his ex-wife. Maybe not Fernando, but maybe the other one, right? Joe Marinucci, because he says he has a friendship of 23 years with him. So I thought that was very interesting. And that guy Garrett, for those of you who wonder who Garrett is, well, Garrett is that wake up warrior guy. Okay, he also has a book called Be the Man. The book is available online. I have personally not read it, but you can go and check for yourself, see what it's about. And some people give it great reviews. Other people say, it's kind of like a book of advertisement. So I'm not quite sure. I haven't opened it, but he has a book called Be the Man. And if you go and visit his website, he has this caption that says, if you want to burn your life down, or maybe you are just fucking bored, what you have been doing is not producing the life you want. You want money, sex, fulfillment, and connection. So apparently that guy can help you with that. So that's it, guys. I just thought I would come on there and let you know and tell you that. Ciao.